This episode, we are talking about how Toyota can and most likely will wreck the new 6th generation 4Runner when it does come to market here in a year or so. So let's talk more about it. Hey guys, welcome back for a new episode from On Down the Road Productions. In this episode, we're talking about what will be wrong with the next generation Toyota 4Runner, 6th generation to many people. This episode is what's going to be wrong with the coming 6th generation 4Runner. Let's get into it. The first one's going to be, at a minimum, a 20% price increase due to the employed IMAX technology to boost the power of a small displacement 2.4 liter cylinder motor that was designed for automotive use, not truck use. So there you go. Do you want to pay 20% more for a turbo 4-cylinder that needs to operate at the extremes of temperature to get your full power boost out of the 4-cylinder? Turbo 4-cylinders usually leak, especially under duress situations. You know, I'm sick of seeing and hearing people say, trust Toyota engineers, they're torture testing it, and it's going to be just as good on the durability front as this 4-liter V6 motor behind me. No, it won't. Do you want the price increase that all the Tundra owners got hit with? Just think about it. Number two, I have a slide, you'll see it. These are common issues with turbo motors. I don't care who designs them. That's it. Would I prefer a turbo 4-cylinder over a base 4-cylinder in a sports car? Heck yeah. I possess the intellect enough to know I'm changing that oil every 3,500 to 5,000 miles because a turbo breaks down oil viscosity much faster than a standard powertrain does. I don't have a sports car right now. I probably won't buy one. I don't have any confidence in small displacement motors in truck applications just because of all the problems GM and Ford have gone through. Ford with the EcoBoost, GM with its 2.7 liter turbo technology. I can't deal with that garbage, and neither can you, especially with what they're charging for these vehicles. When I was younger, people could afford a truck, a decent truck, not a strippo. Now they expect you to lease and not own this stuff. This stuff breaks down after 3 years very quickly. It's just not the same anymore. So do you want that with your 6th generation 4Runner? Okay, number three. I obviously have worked for General Motors in my past. You know, if a YouTube channel called me at my desk, I wouldn't talk to them. I want to keep my job. There are very strict rules at the auto companies, Toyota, GM, Ford, whoever, about talking to external media sources without permission and or guidance on what you can and cannot answer for that source. It's too risky. You could lose your job. So when I see videos saying, you know, these renderings of the 4Runner are close, but they're not there yet, I talk to somebody who I can't name. Give me a break, people. Does it take an intelligent person to say the new 4Runner will have an interior like the Tundra? It should be very close to that. Well, you know, for me, I hope to God not. The new Tundra interior is not that great. It's cheap. There are even door vibration noises with the windows rolled up at highway speeds. I don't want that garbage. I don't think you guys want it either, especially with a 20% or more price premium. Toyota, I hope, is listening to consumers right now. I believe they are, and that's why I think it's taking the 4Runner so long to even come out. They stand to lose a lot of volume if they don't get it right. I can't wait to hear it's confirmed the V6 that's currently available is an option for people that want it. The next point here is styling. You know, if I want to sit here, I'm pretty busy. I have a full-time job. I have a YouTube channel. I've got Piper, Teresa. I just don't have time to draw pictures of what I think the new Toyota 4Runner is going to look like. These are done usually by taking a Lexus truck and putting a 4Runner grill on it and putting the tube rack on top. Give me a break. Again, Toyota is designing the new 4Runner to anticipated and current FMVSS regulations. These are your crash regulations that change a lot. They'll be different 5 years from now, and that new 6th generation truck will have to be compliant. There's a lot more to that design than throwing a 4Runner grill on a Lexus design and then having a YouTuber sit there with a baseball cap on go, yeah, that looks like it should be it. I'm pretty sure about that. Toyota's got its work cut out for them to match the durability, quality of this truck. The one we've got, the 4Runner last year had a record year. I bet this year could be even better because people are sick of being overcharged for junk when they buy new cars and trucks. I know I'm sick of it, and I would tell you right now, if this thing got hit by a bus or blew up and I could not buy a new 4Runner or GX460, I wouldn't buy new at all. I'd be out on bringatrailer.com looking for an old Land Cruiser or something, because I have no faith or confidence in what's being made right now. These new vehicles are designed to be environmentally friendly, fall apart quicker. The worst one I hate to hear, and I never say it, the dealer said. This is all what happened with the new Tundra. Is it going to happen with the 6th generation 4Runner? You bet. I'm all for protecting the environment. I'm all for vehicles performing at their maximum, especially with fuel economy. I get all that. Nobody seems to look at the total ownership cost of a vehicle when they buy it. If you don't look at the total ownership cost, I'm paying this much for insurance every year. What's the history of the vehicle? You can look up recalls, common problems with whatever powertrain you're going to buy. So if you don't do all those things, it's on you, and that's what they want. They want you to come in because, you know, it is exciting to buy a new car or truck. It's an accomplishment. I would never buy the new 4Runner. I don't think a 20% increase, you know, I'm hearing, well, actually I heard that the 4Runner TRD Pro, the 6th generation, now will be quote unquote a $65,000 to $70,000 truck. We did consider the Sequoia. It's, you know, the new Sequoia. We actually did, but I shot it down because it's made in that same Texas plant that's pushing out Tundras with all their issues. And again, it's the first year truck, but it was way more expensive than the Lexus GX460, which is proven in so many ways. When we tell people what we paid for that Lexus GX460, you know what they say to us? Oh, you got a good deal. And that's the problem. All these new vehicles are overpriced, and they can only move them with leasing. Who wants to be a party to that? Think about that with the 6th generation 4Runner. Wait 2 years. If you absolutely have to have a new 6th generation 4Runner, it's going to have problems. I think brand equity says a lot. If that new 6th generation 4Runner comes out and the 4-liter V6 is an option for their off-road community, that'll be a big win. If it's not there, Toyota's wrecking the 4Runner. If the new 4Runner is sharing the TNG platform with the Tacoma and is sharing much more than it does now with the Tacoma, it's going to be made in Mexico. Lower manufacturing costs to offset the cost of the new technology. If they want to add capacity to a plant, they're going to do it. They'll add a extra building, or they'll add a third shift. However they do it, they're going to do it. If the new 4Runner is not made at the YouTube buzzword Tahari plant in Japan, yeah, that's going to hurt the reputation of the truck. My biggest concern with the 4Runner is that it's going to turn into what the new Tundra turned into. You might want to lease one, you don't want to buy it. So in summary, the expectation bar is set very high for the new 6th generation 4Runner when it finally gets here. We're not too optimistic at On Down the Road Productions given what happened with the Tundra. Just saying, but history leaves clues. Everybody, thank you for watching this episode. And remember to be good to each other and live your best day possible. And we'll see everybody next episode. Thank you.